Very good morning to you. I hope you're well, wherever you may be. Very good morning, it's a Sunday. Weather is not the best. Good morning to you. This song is for you. Oh God. Good morning, everybody. By gum. Now, I've got something for you today. It's something a little bit strange, and I hope the speakers pick it up. Hope. But before that, we have something a little bit different. Newcastle United. We play today. We are away. I want the points. Come again. Nick Waterman. Johan Wilson. Harvey Barnes. Bruno Guimaraes. I need you to score today. I need a clean sheet today. I want to leave the Moulin Nets with all the points today. So I want a clean sheet today. Please, clean sheet today. Will it ever become top of the charts? Don't know. That's up to you. Beautiful people. Because you are all beautiful people. Now, let's see if this will play. There's always hope. Very, very true. There is always hope. So, this is a lady who's going to be speaking. I'm going to try.
Headline: Is the Bank of England preparing for aliens? This is real, guys. So I want to look at the facts versus a potential media hype. Is it a media hype? Let me start with a sentence that sounds completely insane.
So this is from a lady called Silky. Silky24. Going viral right now. Bank of England. Now, that's on YouTube. Last year, something happened which has never happened before. Ever. Which is one of the reasons why last year I said this. Our world has changed. And it changed the 20th of January of 2025. Very special day indeed. So that's why one of my playlists is exactly that. Because most of us will watch films, big budget films. Marvel Studios, Warner Brothers, Paramount, etc. Yeah? We love our films. And in one of the films is two brothers, but they're not blood brothers. One is Thor, God of Thunder. Yeah? And one is Loki. Now, Loki got his own series. And it did bloody good. And Loki, like what I've just played there, relates. How it relates is this. Something came from afar and it did weird stuff. So yeah, our world did change. Now that video, which is right at the beginning, yeah, it's going viral. Bank of England, yeah. So those people who turn around, and there's many, yeah, and doubt. Why? Why do you doubt? Do you doubt because you're listening to your friends, your mates? Or do you just, we'll wind them up? Because that's what you're going to look at. Today, wrong one. Newcastle United are away. Today, I want Newcastle United to win. I want the 3 points. Players, these following players, give them the opportunity. Nick Watermaid, yeah, hasn't scored in a few games, right? Give him time. He's gifted. Yeah, he's a big, tall lad. And he's gifted. So give him a break. Yeah. Anthony Elanga, we got from Nottingham Forest. And we know Anthony Elanga can also score. Yeah. I've just got. Here's one thing, right? Road Dog, how's your colour changed? How? How's that happened? I don't quite work that one out. Anyway, there are things happening in this big wide world. There are things happening. My membership expired and I've just, oh, I see. Got you. With you. So, today, I want Nick Waltermaid, put the ball in the back of the net. Harvey Barnes, put the ball in the back of the net. And Bruno. But I want others to chip in. Yeah. I want Anthony Elanga to feel at home. I don't think he does at the moment. Yeah. I want him to feel at home. And Newcastle United to play to each player's strengths. How many PN members? I don't know. I haven't looked. I honestly haven't looked. But I will say this. After this live has been done, I'm going to go on to the ThinkPad, do a live on there for members only, and then watch the football, fingers crossed, watch the goals fly in, fingers crossed. As a businessman, do you think you should look? Possibly. However, there are more important things than how many members I have. See, what I'm trying to do is this. I'm trying to grow back to where I was. I'm trying to show you all in chat. This is what I'm doing, and I hope you like it. Have the Bank of England responded to you? No. But there is a bigger player, much bigger player, who is getting a video today. And this player is one of the biggest. I could even do a one where I play off the biggest against second biggest. Yes, that's who. Yes. 14 trillion under management. They understand because they've got all of the financial bits, so they understand. And the other one is also American. So if the Bank of England say no, there's always other ones. Elon's got his own problems. And Elon basically is heading very close to becoming the first person in history to hit 1 trillion. Yeah, let that sink in. A kid from South Africa who went to Canada and then went from Canada across the border to America and now sits at the precipice of being the first person in modern day history to become a trillionaire. and Elon, and he's saying the king. Well, we have our king. The United States of America has its king, but he's not called a king. He acts like one, though. You know. Andrew Bailey is sure to watch any media in which he's mentioned, but he's not mentioned. He's not mentioned. The institution is mentioned. And when the other video comes out today, I'm not going to mention one thing, I'm going to mention another. But it's linked because one sticks to the other one. Yeah, Charles. Yeah. But you see, the thing is this, right? I'm going to say to a bank, collateral. What collateral I have, and say to them, this is what I need. Are you going to facilitate that? And if you're not, I walk out the door. Once I walk out the door, you've got to chase after me because I'm not going to come back. And Steve-O, your comment about, I think that's Zelensky, he's grifted billions from other countries. Do yourself a favour, mate. Retract it. I believe this, yeah? What's happened in Ukraine should have never, ever been allowed. And I'll tell you why. 80 years ago, a lot of people lost their life. Millions. For what? Land. Yeah? Now, that president in Ukraine is doing the best for his people. And you've got the other guy who wants the whole country. Doesn't just want this little bit and that little bit. He wants the whole lot. Do I have a contingency if the banks don't want to invest? Yeah. You always have a contingency. Paul stands for Ukrainian people. Yeah, I do. If that sort of thing happened here, if, things start to fall out of the sky, and like, I've said this loads of times, like what happened in Syria, Libya, and places like that. If that ever happened here, wow. You know what I mean? He was never elected. I don't know. All I know is this. His country was invaded. End of, What is the contingency? I don't tell everything. I do keep some things secret. Yeah. So if I have to go down contingency route, I go down it. But I'd rather go down the other routes and ask them to give a line of, to do what I want to be able to do. They do that. I show them the collateral and they decide there and then. And if it is the case that they can't help, I'll go down the other route. I I think Paul and Zelensky both share some admirable traits needed for leadership. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, at the end of the day, what's going on? What's happening? And things might change. Not the way you want it. Just what can you do about it? Nothing. Yeah, we do our best every day. Or Streets of Hope. Well, that's a different one. I'll make sure I make a mental note of Streets of Hope and see if I can come up with a song to it. And if I can, I'll give you a mention. How's that? Now, my hope is today nothing crazy, nothing bizarre happens, and the world keeps spinning. Newcastle United earn 3 points. I'll be happy because if we do what I'm hoping we do today, we jump up the table. We should be 5th or 6th this afternoon. Hopefully. Yeah. So that's where I'm looking at. And everything else, yeah, like what you already know about, they will happen. Like I said they would. Yeah. Now, let me just say this. There's 11 people in chat and only 3 likes. Oh, well, let's address the problem, man. Let's get the likes up. Come on. It's free. Have you ever wrote a song about buses? No. Would you like me to write a song, Vivian, about buses? I did have it once where a lot of school kids got on and went, the wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. So I joined in. It was like from the front of the bus to the back of the bus, the front of the bus, you know what I mean? And the amazing part was, because I joined in, they stopped. Oh, you want one? Right, okay. I shall try one's best, you know. But yeah, I even did it at Christmas time, you know, a Christmas sing along on the way back home. And what you get is, thanks, driver. Enjoy the rest of your evening. You know, whereas, you know, on all of the other services, you get, thanks, driver, and you don't get any response because the driver doesn't care. But yeah, it is what it is. So, hopefully today, Nick Watermaid gets on the score sheet. Harvey Barnes gets on the score sheet, and Bruno, our captain. And they don't get a look in. I don't want them to get anything today. Why? Because they're at the bottom. Yeah. They're fighting hard, but I still believe this. Come May, they're going down. They're going back to the championship to recoup and try it again. Where we're heading for 5th to get to 4th, to get to 3rd. And that's Champions League next season. That's what I want. I also want this season, I I think it's roughly about the 20th, I think, or thereabouts. We've got PSG and we've got PSV, the Dutch team, at St James's Park, where we've got to overcome them both. I'd like a victory over PSV, and I would seriously love what we did at St James's Park against PSG. That would be epic. And that's what I want to see. I want to see each and every player who Eddie Howe chooses to stand up. And you know, in these previous matches, right, where our captain, Bruno, has raised his arms and come on, come on, come on. That's what I want to see. I want to see that between now and May. Every game. Because I believe, my heart, I believe Newcastle United have the potential. Yeah. I hope you do too. You know, we are going to have poor games. Yes. It's Premier League. But as I said when I sung the song, 2 Cups, we've got to get a very hard game coming up at the Etihad Stadium. If we make sure 100% in that game at the Etihad Stadium, they don't score, what we've got up front can score. We've got to do it 3 times? Yes. We have to score more than they scored at St James's, but I think we can do it. With the FA Cup, I want to win that too. Yeah? I want 2 cups. With the FA Cup, that means come the end of May when we play that game, we get the cup, we get the first dibs on the new season. Okay, it's the Charity Shield, but still gets our supporters to Wembley. Yeah. Now, you got to believe. I've seen games at St James's Park under Kevin Keegan where we're getting beat. Second halves came in the game and Newcastle have turned around and said, right, 45 minutes to score as many goals as possible. And we've won. So it is possible. Yeah. Now, my hope is that happens. Would you ever have Gaza? Yeah. Paul Gascoigne. Fantastic talent. Truly fantastic talent. And he went off the rails. But yeah, I'd have him. There's other players as well. Chrissy Waddle. Peter Beardsley. I spoke to Peter many times. Very softly spoken. Very. But, yeah. Now, as we come to almost the end of January, we got to keep ploughing ahead as a club, as a team. Yeah. Now, as you can see, I'm wearing my away shirt. I was going to put the black and white one on, and I thought, no, I'll wear this one, you know. But I want the best for Newcastle United. I truly want the best. I want our players to believe in themselves, to go out there on the pitch and be energized from the start all the way through. Listen to what your instructions are from Eddie, who I want Eddie to stay at the club long term, but it's up to him at the end of the day. So yeah, but these things which we want, like I said to you, in the unscheduled live. It was unscheduled because I didn't tell you. Are you still a member? Never. I was never a member. There's your answer. So I hope, I hope that's cleared things up. I was never a member. It's people turning around and catching you, and they catch you at a bad time. They say things. It means that nothing. Yeah. You posted the signed. Yeah. It's all make believe. That's all it is. It's make believe. Make you believe that something is going to happen, and it's not. You learn. And it's like somebody turns around and says, if I get to this figure, I'm going to gift everybody who is a mod. Yeah. And I don't do that. But I've said it on video. You go, eh? Well, you said it. But you said it. Do you know what I mean? And we live in the real world, where I live in a flat currently, and I can't change that at the moment. I want to change it, and hopefully, next 8 to 10 weeks, hopefully that will change. Hopefully, one of the banks sees a video, gets in touch, and we can do something. If we can't, we can't. Doesn't mean to say I've stopped trying. Yeah. Now, one thing to Warwick is this: the Masons, the Freemasons, they're blackballed us. So because they're blackballed us, there's no hope. None. So you move on. Have I ever visited any bank in branch? Yeah. Years and years ago, I did a business plan for a project which made, in total, I believe it made 2 million for the person who did it eventually. And then they sold it. But yeah. Did the Masons blackball you? They just blackballed me. That's it. There's no ifs, buts. That's it. You get blackballed, you get blackballed. Back in the day, right? Like, if you think about it, Pirates of the Caribbean, yeah, sort of style films. You got the black mark. If you got the black mark, that was it. The end of time. Do you know what I mean? Would you try approaching a building society? I'd try anything. Do you know what I mean? But I'm going to try something today. Put the video out and see what the response is. You know. But yeah, I forgot I left the TV on, so that's why I keep looking up. Jeremy, 32K TV. Yeah. Well, don't approach any loan sharks. No, I'm not going to do that. Been there, done it, got the T-shirt somewhere, you know. But like I say, if they don't, who I go to speak to, there's other ways and other means to raise capital. Yeah. Plus, at the end of the day, they're going to turn around and say, well, what collateral have you got? I'll just turn around and say this. This is what I've got. You know? Now, I think we're in for a shake-up. Warwick, I want to tell you something. Yeah. Seeking You is for an office in the city of Nottingham. Geordie Nation is an office in the city of Newcastle upon Tyne. Can't be in two places at once. Yeah. That's impossible. You just can't be there. So, Seeking You for Nottingham, yeah, will employ people to man phones and other roles within the office. But there's also the People's Bus coin. Now, the People's Bus coin is rural travel, transportation. I quite like that because I used to be a bus driver. Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of right. Yeah, Road Dog's kind of right. I mean, you've got to understand. If you don't understand, then I can't really assist you. Do you know what I'm saying? And when I show you stuff, yeah, when I turn around and say, this is here at https : // yeah, I'm telling you where it is. Yeah. Is it perfect? No. But it's there. And with these projects, they have built into the system artificial intelligence, which is getting smarter and smarter. And when I said to Lovable and I said to Replit and the others about that, it's like an advisor role. They are there to advise you on how you can perform better. Now, before I looked at the People's Bus coin, If it hadn't been for a service being shelved, I wouldn't have thought of it. But me and one of my neighbours, we've been in the hot seat. That's a bus driver, by the way, the hot seat. But we've been there and we've seen everything that happens. And I just said to him, we can do something. And we are going to do something. Road Dog's spot on, man. You know, there's only a limited amount you can actually do, you know, like do an hour or 2 hours at this, have a break, wait until the afternoon, then do some more on a different one. And like I said to people at the job centre, they turned around and said to me this: YouTube's not a job. I says it doesn't start off as a job, but the moment YouTube start to pay you, it's not a great deal of money, but it's money that goes into your bank. And the cue is this: getting to the point where you go viral. Because when you go viral, your chat has to go into slow mode. If rural buses were lucrative, don't you think, or Arriva would put more services there? They don't care. They really don't care. Full stop. They don't care about anything apart from one simple thing. It happens once a year, and that is how much the share price is on a certain Friday in a year. That's it. Because they're everywhere. They will buy somewhere that's downgraded, downbeaten, squashed, flat. They'll go down there and they'll turn around and go, right, we're going to have that, and that. And you will say nothing. Reason why you will say nothing is because the money's already sitting in your bank account. So they'll take a number from a depot and they will be driven up to whatever depot, and you use that until it breaks. And I said this years ago. I will never ever say that word. No. I've heard that many different stories. Now, a lot of people would turn around and say fingers and toes. I'm going to give you a different one. Hair on my head. That's what I'm saying. I've heard that many people talking about my previous employer. And all of these, you know, Doesn't even cover it. Quite true. Yeah. And the one thing I mentioned before is this. They actually want you to acquire shares, but you've got to wait to get those shares. You can't buy them straight away. So, yeah. Jeremy, just to line their pockets. Yep. The turnover, honestly, in my time, 70 people. 70 in 11 years. 70 people you build a relationship up with, boom, and they're gone. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. Now, if you bear with me one moment, you'll have that plant to look at. And it's not CGI. Yeah, I'm back. So, yes. What else we got? We got Caesar. Jeremy, maybe People's Bus should hire all hard-working. Yeah. What we are going to do with the People's Bus is this. We're going to educate the drivers. I use a walking stick because left knee and hips. Both combined mean I don't walk, I waddle. I know it sounds daft and sounds crazy, but that's what it is. Yeah. So in 2 weeks' time, I'm going to speak to the doctor again and say to the doctor this. Can you take my left knee and replace it? And then can you do this? And hopefully it works. Did I ever have an argument with a colleague? No. I had one shout at me. he shouted at me, you know, in the same, well, I'd say it was 50 feet. And I just said, who are you shouting at? And he believed that he was full, my bus wasn't, and I didn't care. So, yeah, I did have one person, yeah. There was another who said, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to do the other. And I went, green grass outside. Yeah, on the grass. Didn't want to do that. But yeah. So, my hope is this. 2026 is important on multi levels, not just Newcastle United, multi levels. Let's see what happens between now and April. If everything between now and April happens, I'm wicked, man. Did any of the old drivers end up following? Yes, you know, I'm sure they did. But yeah, some of them, many of them actually, would come up and turn around and say, saw you doing a video. How do I get this for her indoors? And I'd say to them, click on the link. The link takes you to a page, and that page is free forever. Don't have to pay it. And I would say to them, go there, place your order, and it'll be delivered straight to your front door. So I did. And yeah, still got the same thing today. Still there because it's free forever. It's just you get the odd person turns around and goes, oh, I don't believe in this. You believe what you want to believe. I believe in one thing, and it's this: the vision. That's it. My vision for where my YouTube channel and other channels will go to. And it's up to you. Colin, have you eaten today? Not yet. I've got a bowl of cereal put to one side. Are you a believe it when you see it, or you believe it type of guy? I believe things that I see with my own two eyes. If I can see it, touch it, then it's real. Same as when I step on to one of the people's buses in Enviro 100 and I open the cab to sit in the seat. Maybe you will believe, oh, he's back on the buses. No. But it'll say to you when you see that, he did talk about that. Yeah. So that's where I'm coming from. And what I want is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or more vehicles with drivers who are not afraid to come on camera, because everybody's going to be asked the same thing. How do you feel about being on camera? Are you okay with it? And if they say, no worries, boss, that's what it'll be. No worries. Are you going to train? No, somebody else is going to train them. I'm just going to speak to everybody in one place, big hall, or, a canteen or something like that, or out in the yard with an umbrella in case it rains, and just say, this is what I want you to be like. And if you are going to be like that, there'll be no harsh words said, no keep pulling you in the office, etc. I want you to be happy in the role that you're doing. So, yeah. The big cheese. I just want to have my name on the door, to have all of the vehicles, maybe with a name for each bus, while somebody in the city centre is working flat out with Seeking You. And whoever's going to do Newcastle, well, get in touch. Yeah. What would you name the first bus? I haven't got a clue. Probably. Here's a good name for you. Here's a good name. Starlight Express. What do you think? Do you like Starlight Express? Because it just went in my head. But to all of those who, it's not going to do this, it's not going to do that, it's not going to do the other. Carry on. I'll just keep plodding away. The mighty bus pie. Who knows? I could even put a name on the front of a bus for one or more of the mighty magpies. Their names on the front in brackets, so that people will go, why's that in brackets? But yeah, we've got an exciting year coming in, you know what I mean? And these things I've mentioned in previous lives, they are live. People have turned around and, like I said to Lovable, this is what they want to do. We've got to make sure they don't do that, which is where Sentinel comes in. Sentinel's like the big brother peering over your shoulder. What are you doing? You know what I mean? And yeah. So let's hope today. Let's hope for a victory. Let's hope that Newcastle United can take 5th, because there's another team playing today as well. So we've got to make sure we get more goals than they do, so we can take 5th. And then I always said in January, Newcastle United in 5th. Then we've got February, March, and April to climb from 5th higher if we can do it. Not sure if Sentinel is working, says Colin. Sentinel is working. Jeremy, opinion on the first bus. Well, what I want to be able to do is this. Digital display, a digital number. Because some of them down here don't have a number. And it's confusing. Like, example, I was waiting for the number 33. And this bus kept coming in. People got on it. And then it drove away. And this was day after day after day, And I said to somebody, like, oh, this bus is going to be coming in, but it's got nothing on the front. Doesn't. No, we don't have that on the front. But it does go here. And I went, wow. So I've been sitting, watching. And, I should have turned around and like, do you get to here? Do you know what I mean? But I'm thinking with these vehicles is 60 seats inside to 72 seats. No higher than that. Because it's got to get round villages. That's the whole point of it. To get to places where nobody goes. Why? Give the people of that village a journey. Yeah? So, lots of things are on the horizon. Office space for CKNU, which is going through a change. Permanent change. And hopefully somebody comes up and wants to take Geordie Nation to new heights. Now, hopefully 7 p.m. tonight, hopefully I will be here with you. So, up until then, have a really good day, and let's hope Newcastle United can take all 3 points to move us to 5th. Okay? So I'll speak to you all later, and have a good day.